doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for taking a couple minutes and checking out my video today. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you how to make pork chili verde in your Instant Pot. Now this is a very easy recipe. If you can cut stuff up and throw it in a pot and turn it on, you can do this recipe, okay? First off, the star of the show is you need some pork shoulder, pork butt. This was on sale at my local market for 99 cents a pound. I got just under a 5-pound piece here. I'm going to be cutting it up into little cubes. And we have lots of other peppers involved here, okay? We got 2 big Poblano Peppers. We have around a half a dozen of these little, they look like green tomatoes, but they're Tomatillos, they're called. I got a couple Jalapeño Peppers, some limes. I got some Anaheim peppers, some cilantro. We're going to put in a can of diced green chilies and 1 onion. And we're also going to use some cumin that I'm going to grind up and we're going to sprinkle on top. That's pretty much the only seasoning that we're going to use besides regular old salt. So this is super easy and it's going to be absolutely delicious once we're done. It's going to be lovely pork in this delicious chili verde sauce that you can use in a wide variety of ways. Burritos, tacos, you name it. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Okay, the first thing you want to do is to take your pork shoulder or pork butt and cut it into 1 to 2 inch chunks. You don't have to be worried about a little bit of fat because we want that because that's going to make that kind of delicious gravy as our base. So I got it sliced out here. Like I said, this is between 4 and 5 pounds. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to lightly salt it. And then we're just going to let it sit on the counter here while we chop up the rest of those peppers. So a good dose of salt. That'll help the pork tenderize a little bit. Here we go. Just
okay,
like
guys,
so.
I'm jumping in here because Smo'King cannot pronounce the names of the peppers. But just keep in mind, you do not need to cut them up real fine because they will go in the Vitamix and be turned into a puree.
Yeah, we're going to blend this after we cook it in the pork. And yeah, so you can use an immersion circulator or a blender, or we have a Vitamix. So don't be concerned about chopping it super fine. Okay, so what do we have here?
So here's what we have. Let's start here. We have fresh ground cumin in our pestle and mortar.
Yeah, that kind of releases the flavor when you kind of...
It actually smells really good
it
across
does
the
smell
kitchen.
really good.
We have some onion, chopped onion. We have some tomatillo peppers. Here we have some poblano peppers. And we have jalapeno peppers and tomatillos.
I'll leave the exact measurements below, guys, but that's all...
I'm sorry, not tomatillos, Anaheim.
Anaheim, okay. I'll leave the exact measurements below, but yeah, get it all chopped up, ready to go. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to saute that pork just for a little bit, just to get a little crisp on it. I'll show you that in just a second. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to brown up this pork just for a little bit, and I'm using Instant Pot because I want to get all those flavor crystals. So I put a little bit of olive oil, and then we're just going to take this salted pork. And we're not obviously trying to cook this. We're just trying to get some nice browning. And I'm going to do this in a couple batches. I don't want to crowd the Instant Pot. I want to allow enough room to have these pieces kind of get nice and crispy. A little bit of flavor, and that's going to add some delicious flavor bits to our sauce, because we're going to cook the whole thing in this same pot. Yeah, let me see. I could squeeze another piece in there, a little small piece. Alright, so use your high saute setting on your Instant Pot. Put a little bit of olive oil and then just brown this up. Around 90 seconds or so. It's going to stick a little bit. There you go. We want a little browning on there. And don't worry if it gets a little sticky, just kind of use your tongs to kind of flip everything over. And like I said, we're not concerned about cooking this, we're just trying to get a little crisp on there, a little browning. There you go. I'm going to continue to do this. Another 90 seconds or so on the other side, and then I'll continue to do batches until we get all that pork. Okay, so I did all the pork. You can see there's some nice flavor crystals and the little remnants of that olive oil. I turned off the Instant Pot completely. It's still cooling down, but I want to try to deglaze this. So what I'm adding right now is 1 whole can of these diced green chilies. I love this. This is an option. You don't have to use this, but I like it. And they're already chopped up. And I'm going to pour that can in. It's got a little bit of liquid. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stir it real quick, and I'm just going to try to scrape the bottom of this can with a wooden spatula here to kind of scrape up some of those flavor crystals that I want to incorporate into this pork. Just like so. It's been around a minute. I've been stirring it. You can hear the sizzling stopped, and the bottom of the Instant Pot is nice and clear. There's nothing sticking to it because we don't want to have a bird notice. That's always fun when you're cooking with an Instant Pot. All right, so now we're just going to add all our cut up vegetables, okay? Normally, you're not supposed to pressure cook anything without a little bit of liquid. There is a little bit of liquid, as you can see from the green chilies, but not a whole lot. But all these fresh vegetables are going to produce plenty of liquid, so I don't think it's necessary to put any excess liquid in there now. So all our peppers, our onions, last but not least, we're going to pour all that pork on top. Oh boy. And then we got the cumin. We're going to put in last. We're going to sprinkle that on top. And I'm using around 2 tablespoons. The recipe calls for 1, but my family and I really love cumin, so we're kind of going a little extra. And then I think I'm also just going to give it a little bit extra salt. We're going to taste it when we're done. And now I'm going to put the lid on it, and we're going to pressure cook this on high for 30 minutes. Okay, so we're going to hit pressure cook now that we got all the ingredients in. We're going to do 30 minutes on high. It's probably going to take 10 minutes or so to get up to pressure with all these ingredients. But that's it. Start. We're all set. See you guys in a little bit. Now the Instant Pot's going to do the magic. All right, since we're having a Mexican dish, Pork Chili Verde, I'm going to have a Mexican beer or cerveza, Modelo Especial. I don't think I've ever tried this kind. And this is my daughter Ava Grace and my son Kyle. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey.
And Ava Grace is trying something brand new. This is from Gatorade. It's called Juiced. I guess it's a juice-based sports drink. Apple raspberry. Flavorful juice blended with apple and raspberry juices. 40 calories per bottle. But I guess it's got electrolytes in it just like Gatorade. So that's kind of interesting. So that's what Ava Grace is having. And
can't believe
it open.
They're starting out juices now.
Yeah, they're trying all kinds of stuff. And then Kyle, he's having a new root beer. It's called Margot's Bark. And what does it say? Drink a bite. It's got a dog on the cover. And that's a root beer.
And the lid says woof on there.
Oh, it says woof?
Yeah.
Oh.
Show them.
Yep, it says woof. So that's what Kyle's having. All right.
Mom showed me that the lid said woof on there.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Okay, Kyle, you're able to pour it yourself. Be careful. Make sure it doesn't
Do you see the
overpour.
dog? Do you see the little dog in the picture? The dog? It's a root beer with a doody do on it.
Oh, also, it says all of the proceeds and purchase and everything, they go towards dog shelters.
Oh, well, that's nice.
What
I
are
didn't
the
even.
bubbles for?
I think it's just because it's a little cold that we poured it in there.
But
Kind of looks like Corona. It's light.
This is like almost black.
As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. Cheers. Let's everyone cheers.
this is
Cheers.
apple raspberry.
Apple raspberry.
That's
Cheers.
my flavor.
Thanks again, guys. Okay, let's have a sip and tell everyone what we think. Typical cerveza. Very light Pilsner. No hops. Good on a hot day, even though we're in winter time. But it's okay. I'm sure it's low carb. Not a whole lot of flavor, but most of the Mexican beers don't. But first time I'm trying it, it's kind of exactly what I expected. All right, Ava Grace.
It tastes like it's from the Honest Kids.
Oh,
Like
really?
It tastes like the Goodness Greatness one.
Oh, okay. Well, you like that, huh?
Eat it, though it's not grape flavors. It's apple raspberry.
Is it really sweet?
Yeah.
Oh, it is? It's only got 40 calories.
No, but check the sugar to see how sweet it is. 7 G bar of sugar.
7 grams of sugar for the whole bottle.
7 grams of sugar? Why did Mom get me a 7 gram of sugar
Yeah,
if I don't?
It's
if
natural
hard for me to brush
sugar.
teeth?
It's natural sugar from the fruit. And you know what? 7 grams for this bottle isn't that bad, actually. You'd be surprised at the sugar content of some other stuff. Like, I imagine it's going to be more than 7 grams in that root beer. All right, Kyle, so what do you think of your root beer?
This is one of the weirdest like root beers I think I've had in the last like couple of years. Because
Really?
It's because like if you read the ingredients and stuff, it's like a normal root beer, but like first of all the color is like it's like black. You can't
It is very dark.
like I've never seen a root beer like that. But
Well, how's it taste?
It almost tastes like it tastes kind of like thick, and it tastes like caramel.
Wow.
Like, with like spices and stuff.
Well, it has some interesting ingredients. Molasses, vanilla, clove, nutmeg, wintergreen, yucca extract.
It's a weird taste. And
Wow.
It's also the only root beer that's had a head.
All right, Ava Grace, how many grams of sugar was in yours?
Really good.
It said 7, I guess.
Okay, and let's look at the root beer. Can
Yeah,
you
it
see
said
right
7.
here? How many grams in the root beer?
45.
45 compared to 7. So yours is very light sugar compared to 45 grams.
How many sugars is yours?
This doesn't have sugars. I mean, it has, I guess it kind of turns to sugars because it's alcohol. But no, there's normally not sugars in it.
How does it turn around and look like the front?
Yeah, they have it on both sides. You see that?
That's the same thing as Honest Kids juice. It's the same thing.
Yeah. So would you have this again? Do you like this Gatorade? This is good on a hot day when you're really
Yes,
thirsty.
I would have it on a hot day.
All right. Or even on a day today when it's cold. You still like it, huh? Mm-hmm. And what about you? Would this be your go-to root beer, or would you prefer more of a traditional?
It's a weird root beer, but it's good.
All right. Well, there you go, guys.
Definitely try it.
We'll wait for this to finish cooking, and we're going to have some delicious chili verde tonight. I'm looking forward to it. In the meantime, I'm going to enjoy these beverages with my children.
I already finished the whole thing.
You already finished the whole thing? She always finishes it usually before we're done filming. Again, guys, thanks again. Cheers. Cheers to our viewers.
Well, now in 2020, I'm doing that.
Yep, cheers.
She likes drinking air.
All right, guys, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, it just beeped. We want to do an instant release on this. We'll let it vent there for a minute or two. We'll be back in a second. All right, it has stopped releasing. Let's open this up and take a look. Wow, look at that. And look at all that liquid. You don't need to add any broth or anything, because look at all the liquid that got expelled. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to pick out the big pieces of pork. Be careful, they're pretty tender. We're going to put them in a container. So let me do that. I guess don't be concerned if there's a little small piece that doesn't quite ends up being blended with the rest of the spices. And if you get a couple onions and peppers in with the meat, that's okay. So let me go ahead and continue to pull the big pieces of meat out. We'll be back in a second. All right, so here's the pork. I kind of used a little strainer and my tongs to kind of get it out, but it's very, very tender. It's cooked, it's a little overcooked, easily shreddable, but it's still in manageable chunks. And then what I did here, here's my Vitamix blender container. I poured the rest of the liquid in here. Don't be concerned if you got a few little onions and peppers in there. You can see there's some big chunks. We're going to blend most of it here, 98% of it. And if it has a few little chunks of onions and peppers, that'll be fine. But that's it. We're going to go blend this, and then we're going to pour everything back in the Instant Pot. We'll be back in a second. So here we are. Again, there's the pork that we scooped out. We just blended this in the Vitamix. You can see it's a much more creamy consistency. We got some fresh cilantro, some lime. So we're gonna pour everything back in the Instant Pot. We're gonna start off with the pork. We're just gonna pour that in. There's a little bit of liquid. And there's a little chunks of some onions and peppers, which is fine. Most of it's gonna be blended completely. Now we're gonna pour what we blended back in there. Be careful with that, huh?
Yeah, that's our liquid gold.
Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness.
Gosh, it smells so good.
Oh, it does smell so good.
This is like restaurant good. I know I say that every time you make something, but this is my weakness right here. I'm like, get every last bit. I know I'm taking long, I'm sorry, but
okay.
I don't want to. This is really delicious.
All right, and then last but not least, we're gonna put some fresh cilantro in there. We're just gonna pour that chopped up nicely, just like that. We're gonna squeeze around half a lime in there, a little lime juice. We also recommend serving that as a garnish on the side, as well as some more cilantro. And now we're just gonna stir this and put it on the keep warm setting, a low simmer, just to bring it back up to a small simmer. And we are ready to serve. I mean, look at this. Oh. We'll heat it up. We'll be back in a minute. Man, that looks so good. All right, we've had to heat it up here for around 20 minutes. Yeah, even putting it on low kind of gets that pressure to build up a little bit.
All right, look at this.
Yeah. It smells so good.
It's thickened up a little bit too, just simmering.
Yeah, that's nice.
I like that. Look at that.
So we're going to serve some of this on some Spanish rice.
See that?
Yeah, you're going to make a burrito out of some of it too?
Yeah. Look at that.
And look, you can save this sauce, add more pork, shredded pork. You got some leftover pulled pork. I almost wish I had more pork in there.
I don't
There's
think
some
you could
nice
have.
Big chunks in there.
This is an 8-quart. I don't think you could have probably put more pork in there.
Yeah, it was just, we had it pretty
was
packed. It's just,
Yeah.
it reduces down.
Let's get a burrito out of this.
I wish
in
I
a
had
bowl.
twice as much. Because, man, look
That
at it. It
looks good.
smells so good. All right. We'll be back in a second. Here we are, the Chili Verde. We got some sour cream, some sharp cheddar cheese, some cilantro sliced limes.
And then some Spanish rice.
Spanish rice. All right.
Made in the Instant Pot.
Well, the other Instant Pot that we got over there.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So, let's take a little bit of this yummy, yummy stuff here. Ooh, with pork.
Oh, look at this.
Right on top. Oh, look at that.
Man, this is just so good. This sauce. I want to make like gallons of this sauce and like freeze it and just
Bottle
like use it to mix with pulled pork.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just so good.
Look how tender that is.
Oh yeah, it's been
Look at that.
It's been pressure
Oh my
cooked.
gosh. They're just flakes. Ooh.
All right, yeah, this looks so good.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of cheese. I could have put that on first, actually, and then the Verde would have melted it, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, it's still, yeah.
Okay, we're going to put a dollop, as Smo'King would say.
A dollop of
Sour cream. Or 2 dollops because it's sticking to the spoon. And then let's just do a little bit of cilantro. We love cilantro in this house. And why don't I give a little squeeze of lime on top? How's that sound? And a lime.
Yeah,
there
look
we
at
go.
that. I mean,
we're ready.
Wow. And you saw how easy it is. You just got to cut everything up, throw it in a Instant Pot, and then have a blender on hand. You're ready to go. Look at this.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take like a big chunk and just kind of break it up. So to put it in a burrito, just kind of tenderize it. And I don't want too much sauce, but I want it to be covered in sauce. So I'm just going to drain it a little bit against the side. And then I'm going to put it, I have some cheese and some Spanish rice already in this burrito. But I'm going to actually put some of this, and then I might put a little...
come on, look at
I'm going to put a little bit more...
you got to put some of that sauce on
oh
there.
my gosh, of course you do.
I mean, that's what really makes this.
But it'll soak into the rice, I think, if I don't do too much.
Will.
That's good.
That looks perfect.
Yeah, and then I'm going to put little beans on top, and then wrap
So
it
you
up.
put some...
Some refried beans that I made homemade on the stove.
Oh, okay. On top there?
On top there. And then I'm going to just... hopefully this doesn't stick to the spoon too much. Just put a little bit of sour cream.
Yeah, you need a little sour cream.
This will be Kyle's burrito because I know he's wanting one of these. Maybe a tiny bit more cheese. Oh, I know what I'm missing. How about a little bit of cilantro? Okay. There, a
A little bit of lime juice.
Okay, here
Is
we
that
go.
enough cheese?
It's enough cheese because there's some underneath melted.
Alright.
Here we go. I don't want it to pool up. So I'm going to carefully wrap. I think I might have overfilled it. Oh, goodness gracious.
Roll it over. You're good. You're good.
Give it a good wrap.
Whoa.
It's going to be a mess.
You could always serve that, how do they call it in those Mexican restaurants? Wet? where you,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That's
you
a
just
good
put
idea.
some sauce on top with
Sauce
some
and more cheese and
Let's
then-
do
and
that.
sour cream?
Set it straight. Okay, put some cheese on top.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay.
That's how they normally
Yeah,
serve
when-
in a Mexican restaurant.
Well,
They put
actually do
some rice and
sauce.
beans on the side.
Sauce and then some cheese on top. You want to do that?
Yeah, let's do it. Here we are. Cut this in half. Oh, man.
Let's see. I got to be careful not to ruin that. There we go.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm here with my whole family, my daughter Ava Grace, my wife Monica, my
Hello.
son Kyle. She put a couple little bowls together with Spanish rice and the chili verde.
Cheese and the chili verde, and
And
now we got some
cheese.
sour cream.
Oh, it's going to be good.
And then I'll put a little cilantro.
And Ava Grace is going to try a little bit of the Spanish
Yes, she
rice
is.
with a little bit of the sauce.
Right? This
Right?
is going to be really good.
Alright.
All right. So now we're going to put a little cilantro on each one of these.
All right.
We'll save it off of Ava Grace's though, because she
Let's
might
give it a
want this.
taste.
You
I don't
wanna
know
get
how
it
spicy all these peppers are, so I'm a little worried.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
Oh, there's a little zing to that sauce, but in a good way. What do you think, Hal?
Wow.
Oh, and
So
that pork
good.
is
Oh my gosh.
is so tender.
This is better than a Mexican restaurant. Wow.
Ava Grace, what do you think?
This is better. This is better than a Mexican restaurant. By the way, it kind of tastes like Lost Marcus, even though it's better than a Mexican restaurant.
There's a really good Mexican restaurant
It
that we
tastes
love.
familiar.
Yeah, in Huntington Beach,
with,
called Los Barcas, and yeah.
Shout out to Las Barcas and Tony. But you know what? This would give them a run for their money. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, and you saw how easy it is. Just be able to cut up the vegetables, cut up the pork, throw it in, two seasonings, salt and cumin.
Oh my gosh.
Not too complicated, so if you could do that, and you got an Instant Pot,
Wow.
you can make this, and I would highly recommend it. I mean, it's outstanding.
Shout out to In-N-Out. Why not?
Oh, damn.
Really?
But I would definitely, I want to make more of the sauce and like freeze it.
I could drink this.
Yeah, I mean, the sauce is so good. I love those combination of peppers.
And the aroma. When you let the steam out of the Instant Pot, the whole house
I
started
mean, I just love the cumin,
smelling
green
so good.
sauce.
and green chilies.
Green chilies.
Yeah, me
It's
too.
my thing. I like it better than red sauce by far. And if you like that kind of sauce, you have to try
I think
this.
I'm going to take you home. I kind of agree with you. Can I keep you?
As always, guys, I appreciate you watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button. I'll leave a link above to my website, ericsmokingbbq.com. The whole recipe is down below with all the measurements.
Love that.
Check it out. You want more?
She wants more.
So good.
Like he's mowing it, he won't even talk.
Yeah, and again,
This
I
is good.
appreciate you guys watching. Try this this recipe. It's
yeah,
delicious.
it's really good.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
No. What do you think, Kyle?
It's good.
It's so good. Oh my gosh.
There's something about that burrito. Oh, Kyle, that's your burrito. Okay, you can have that.
Okay.
You just made the perfect Verde sauce.
Be careful if the
Better than
plate
any
collapse.
restaurant I've ever
No,
been
I
to.
think
The more I eat it, the more I go, oh my gosh.
Careful if the
Yeah,
plate
it's
Kyle
awesome.
collapse.
Wow. Okay, you nailed it.
Don't tell me, Kyle.
Yeah, what do you think, Ava Grace?
I nailed it. It's so good.
Oh, thank you, Ava
wants
Grace.
more.
Hey.
What?
Hey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh.